Hi guys, welcome to our video. Today we're going to talk about how to checkmate using the king and the rook. So first of all, we have to know where are we going to checkmate the black king. And to checkmate, we have to bring the king to the edge of the board. So the edges of the board are the 8th rank, the H file, the first rank, or the A file. For now, we want to bring the king to the 8th rank. Any of these squares to checkmate the black king. So how to do it? First, we need to cut off the squares of the king or take away all the escape squares of the king. In this position, the king can move in any direction from the E5 square. So we want to take the D4, E4, and F4 square. Now he has only 5 squares to go. Those are the escape squares. So black has to make a move. We also call this cutting off. So we need to bring the king near to that king. And most likely the king would like to stay in the center. From this point, we can bring our rook to the middle to control more squares, so that the black king can no longer escape. And he has to move this way. Now we can bring forth our king forward in front of the king as much as possible. And now we can bring our rook closer and cut more squares, or take away escape squares from the black king. If he moves this way, we can bring our rook to c4 and it cuts even more square. And now, on this point, he can go b6 and we can push him towards the b8, a8, or c8 square. Again, push him back, and by the time he reaches the b8 square, we can play b6 and he has to go a8, and this is the time that we can checkmate him by rook a8. But let's take a look at another possibility. What if he goes a8? We can bring our king here. He can go b8, and this time we need a tempo because he's attacking the c8 square. So we need to move our rook to any of these square except c8. So first, say for example, rook c5. If he moves that way, then that's mate. So the king is in the corner, it's on the 8th rank, and he's mated. Now let's take another possibility. What if he goes a7? He doesn't want to move back. Rook can check now, and as we can see, the a6, b6 are controlled by the white king. So the tendency is that black should go either b8 or a8. He can go a8, and now we can go b6. If he goes this way again, we need to control the c8 at the same time move our rook. Of course, we don't want to move our king. Our king is just in place to attack these squares in front of the black king. So any from these squares except a8 will get a tempo, and he will be pushed to the corner and then checkmate him that way. So that is the first method that we can checkmate the king in the corner and on this position. Now let's go back with the position in the center. What if he goes c6? So we need to bring our king forward. He can go there. So again, we can cut off, but there's a trick. We can check. And if he goes a5, that would be blunder, because as you can see, this is controlled by the king, and the b6 and the a6 is controlled by the rook. We can just push him back by just moving any from this square or here, and he has to go a4, and now this is a checkmate on the a file, and as we can see, it looks like a square position. So the king is the guard, the rook is the hunter. He's hunting the king, he's giving check. Let's go back. So if he moves downward to c7, he moves back king c7, king c5. Now he can go there. We can again control the movement of the king, or we can give check And now if he moves that way, we can simply go to c6, but don't blunder away with bishop b6 because the king can simply take your rook. So pay attention always to the attack on the rook. So you can also go this way, but the most easiest one is move your king forward and protect the rook. After this move, we can cage him this way and move the king there. So again, we can just move from any on this square except c8, and after the movement, we can checkmate him on the corner. Now, with the other way of doing it, we can simply move this way, and if he goes towards the rook to attack it, then we can simply slide. Do it this way, guys, so that by the time he moves in front of your king, we can checkmate him. So for example, here, there's a checkmate. So this is a rectangular position. The king is the guard, the rook is the hunter. So after king d6, he has to move that way and here. And don't overdo. You can control again and cage him. Give him at least one square to move into. And by the time you move here, it's just on time. After the king goes to h8, then rook f8 is made. So I hope that you enjoy our lesson for today, and looking forward for more videos about how to. And also this a learning corner of our Yalvin Chess YouTube channel. Thank you and good luck to all of you, and hope that you can checkmate all your chess opponents by using the king and the rook.